Literature explores the concept of the human experience in dictatorial societies. The text 1984 and Brazil provide profound new insights into the inherent demand for human connection and the drive for rebellion. George Orwell's 1984 offers a warning about the dangers inherent in authoritarian societies. Written almost 8 decades ago, it still holds a relevant message, capturing themes of conformity, harsh living conditions, and the message that humans will attempt to stay true to morals, connection, and the desire for autonomy. Brazil, almost titled 1984 and a half, and released in 1985, still portraying the same message George Orwell wished to depict only a year after Orwell's prediction. Providing insight into the perseverance of humans in their need for love, connection, in a state of hyper-surveillance and oppression. Both texts explore how challenging oppression not only reshapes one's understanding of the external world, but also deepens one's appreciation of self-agency and recognition of the consequences of resisting societal conformity. George Orwell's 1984 demonstrates the importance of desire, connection, and relationships, and that they are fundamental to the human experience. 1984 was derived from the concept of a world too far gone into submission, taking inspiration from his experiences in the Spanish Civil War and Stalinism. Orwell depicted a society ruled by fear, control, and a society segregated into a hierarchy of importance, using this to repress human connection and personal agency. When Winston gets a chance to experience connection again after Insoc took charge of society, he grasps at it. Despite his knowledge of inevitable failure in any long-lasting relationship, the first act of rebellion against the party in the form of human connection was Winston's first display of desire, which exemplified the newspeak term doublethink. He yearned for Julia physically, then, knowing the party's rules against love, he quickly switched his attraction to resentment. The party was trying to kill the sex instinct, or, if it could not be killed, then to distort it and dirty it. This line represents the harsh enforcements of the party's ideologies in reinforcing the repression of human connection, as love allows for a sense of self. Julia states, "When you make love, you're using up energy, and afterwards you feel happy, and don't give a damn for anything. They can't bear you to feel like that." This line explains that the party cannot tolerate personal happiness or desire, as they are forms of rebellion against Insoc. However, Julia and Winston continue to indulge in their relationship, establishing their desire and connection with one another, a political act. It becomes clearer through Winston's and Julia's connection that even the threat of the party cannot repress something as inherent in humans as connection. It was all nonsense, as they both knew, in reality, there was no escape. Through this line, a sense of despair is conveyed through the inevitability of the party control. However, it showcases the determination and inability to suppress desire, even with the threat of something like vaporization. This concept furthers the message of the resilience of connection and its role as being an innate part of human nature and will always be included in the human experience despite best efforts to subdue. Brazil by Terry Gilliam explores the notion of the importance of connection as a driving force for life and is an intrinsic part of the human experience, and is pursued even in the harshest of environments. Through its distinctive aesthetic and narrative approach, this self-aware reimagining of Orwell's dystopia blends both criticism and homage. Brazil is a critique of near-future society, characterized by an all-powerful, incompetent bureaucracy and increasing consumerism, where all continuous surveillance and control measures are rationalized by an unjustified terrorist threat. Sam Lowry begins his social proletariat climb towards Department of Information Retrieval, in which he had initially declined, to pursue his forbidden love for a woman, much like 1984, named Jill Layton, who was labelled a terrorist. As demonstrated in the line, a bureaucrat in a dystopic society becomes an enemy of the state as he pursues the woman of his dreams, which shows the lengths humans go to chase freedom in the form of love and a connection, despite all odds being against it, and that oppression cannot suppress the primal need. Sam Lowry works as an archivist in a megalopolis where power and bureaucracy control everyone and everything. In his imagination, he has built a second life where he is free. This hyperbolic statement regarding Sam represents a space where he can still feel, desire, and connect when the external world forbids it. His imagined romance becomes his way to reclaim authentic emotion in a society that has sterilized human connection. Before Sam does any outward protest against the departments, he uses his dreams of Jill as a way of rebellion. His imagined freedom is a silent revolution. The truth shall make you free. This statement elucidates to Sam that the search for truth becomes a personal quest to understand what is genuinely meaningful in life outside the regime's confines. In the end, much like 1984, Jill is stripped from their bed and captured and killed by the department for her acts of rebellion, and Sam is taken in for harsh interrogation and torture. Still dreaming of Jill and their happy ending together, despite sitting in the torture chair, this displays the unconquerable necessity for connection and how suppression and segregation cannot eliminate the innate human emotion of love. Conformity and the adverse effect that dystopic totalitarian governments have on society are explored in 1984 through dehumanization, harsh surveillance, submission, and by extinguishing all forms of societal free will. Oppression is seen throughout 1984, with Winston constantly feeling a tickling fear as telescreens watch and listen from every corner. Winston kept his back turned to the telescreen. It was safer, though, as he well knew, even a back can be revealing. This kinesthetic imagery gives a sense of installed paranoia through Winston, and that in Oceania there is no safe angle, no neutral posture, no true hiding place, a state of constant acts of displayed conformity to the party. Orwell described the party's ideal landscape as a world of steel and concrete, of monstrous machines and terrifying weapons, a nation of warriors, fanatics marching forward in perfect unity, all thinking the same thoughts and shouting the same slogans, perpetually working, fighting, triumphing, persecuting. 300 million people, all with the same face. A paradoxical statement, as everyone is in poverty and it's a decaying, dingy city, instead of the perfect controlled utopia the party is manipulating society into believing they work for. These quotes directly reference the bureaucratic stranglehold and paranoia fostered by a totalitarian system, reflecting the oppressive surveillance and suspicion in 1984. Example, Big Brother is watching you, thought crime. The party enforces these tyrannical methods, allowing fear to reshape people from the inside out, depleting ethical forms of orthodoxy and derationalizing self-expression. The concept of autonomy is indispensable for people to express individualism and free will, which are crucial parts of the human experience. Brazil sought to repress all individuality by combining inefficient bureaucracy, constant surveillance, and a dehumanizing totalitarian state. The system is designed so that personal agency is lost in endless paperwork and rules, making individuals feel powerless and interchangeable. Now they've got the whole country sectioned off, you can't move without a form, reflecting the system's inefficiency and control and repression of individual freedom. This leads to the people under these regimes feeling a sense of hopelessness and no drive for rebellion. Suspicion breeds confidence. The repetition of this quote is deeply ironic. True confidence in healthy societies comes from trust and societal bonds and connections. The totalitarian state in Brazil reverses this, claiming that mistrust is patriotic. By encouraging people to doubt and report each other, the system destroys genuine human connection and ensures no one feels safe enough to rebel. All these limiting regulations and tyrannical dictatorship ensure submission through lack of ambition for change or resistance. Through the use of surreal displays of dystopic anomalies, Gilliam satirizes the ridiculousness of these methods in the name of greed or hunger for power at the expense of human experiences of love and self-actualization for the life you need to live, as seen in Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Two texts compared showcase a double entendre, yet are still paradoxical in their unique portrayal of what the human experience means to each other. In the life where human connection is denied as a mean of maintaining control and pursuing where it becomes subversive, Brazil in 1984 explore the response of the protagonists, Winston and Sam, under a state of oppression and negative socialist government. Making connection a taboo experience limits the ability to explore the human experience, which is crucial for one's sanity and for feeling human. The texts challenge readers to confront the broader socio-political implications of oppression and its impact on one's mind. 1984 and Brazil unearthed the vulnerabilities of humanity in the face of harsh power imbalances, revealing that the destruction of autonomy, worth, memory, speech, intimacy, and identity leads to the erosion of exactly what defines the human spirit and what makes someone themselves.